Hello and welcome to the Strategy of the Week for Canada, January the 17th, 2014, titled A Genius Way to Trade Easy Money. My name is Dan Misch. I am the Director of Retirement Services, and I'll be showing you how you can research, test, and implement a real-life portfolio using our proprietary market timing signals and stock analysis. Our customers tell us that the thing they struggle with most in investing is making a plan and following it. Well, we now have a brand new auto timer that's so smart it makes the portfolio manager look like a genius. We'll begin tonight here in the VectorVest 7 program on the tab which houses our nightly newsletter called The Views. And under the Views Manager, if you click on Strategy of the Week, we have archived about 10 years worth of strategies here, which you can go back and view anytime. Looking back here at the very beginning of 2013, we showed you how to do easy money for the first time. In June, we showed you how to do Colt 45 and automated it. And even more recently, in December, we saw a great new Surefire Success trading plan. And what our customers are also telling us is they want to know how they can take one of these strategies that we put together and use it going forward. And since I gave the Easy Money presentation in 2013, I'm going to show you how to take a strategy just as we developed it and put it into the portfolio manager. So I've moved us into the backtester, and what I have in front of you is the backtest that, as originally shown, brought all the way to the current time frame. So this began in January of 2009 all the way through yesterday in 2014. And a $100,000 portfolio had grown by nearly 86%. That only came at a cost of $228. So that's an annual rate of return of 17% with a 16.5% drawdown. And as you can see on the graph below, except for where it started off in the very beginning of 2009, we have a nice looking equity curve. And for some comparison on that equity curve, if we look at a market timing graph over the last 5 years, we again have very nice rise, but certainly some more volatility with that time frame right there with 2011. So back in the backtester, if we look at a 4-year test of the same strategy, just beginning in January of 2010, we still make a nice 84% return. The commissions got better. However, the drawdown was steeper beginning in 2010. Beginning that same test in 2011 was the ugliest one by far, where it spent a majority of its time underwater before finally creeping up to an overall 7% return. Very low commissions to get that 7%. However, you have a drawdown at 30.5%. Starting that test 2 years ago was where this really started to hum. Beginning in January of 2012 through the most current time frame, we have 100% winning trades, 69% overall, a very low $89 in commissions, and just a 7% drawdown. It's a very similar story for the 1-year test. 37.7% gains. Again, your commissions are cut in half because you have half the time frame, still with a very nice drawdown of only 6%. And just to keep this going, we started it on January 3rd of 2014. It's made about 1.5% this year, only has those same $49 in commissions, and the drawdown is 1.4%. Now we do have a link in tonight's views for the complete backtest settings for this Easy Money 2014. Again, we started with a $100,000 portfolio for all of these, only buying the top 5 stocks from a search called High VST plus YSG for Canada. Here we are in the Unisearch tab of VectorVest 7 under Searches Retirement, High VST plus YSG stocks. You can read the comments down below and get a full description of what the parameters are from going to this Unisearch section, or you can view those previous Easy Money strategies. Back here in the backtester, we're on the 5-year test, and you can see that it found a stock call symbol MG, and this position was up 24% since purchase in 2013. The 4-year test also found MG and ATD, which was the big winner in there, up almost 159% in that 4-year time frame. The 3-year test, again, although the results weren't that favorable, also identified ADT and MG. The 2-year test had ATD and MG as well. And the 1-year test had for its biggest winner LNR as well as ATD. And even the 2014 portfolio just identified that same stock, ATD. So again, I know everybody tells us that these back tests are great, but how can I take one of these and actually trade it? And that's where the Portfolio Genius will manage a paper portfolio using the trading rules that you select. And with the help of the auto timer, the Portfolio Genius becomes even more powerful, seamlessly incorporating the VectorVest market timing system of your choice into your trading plan. With just a couple clicks of the mouse, the Genius will let you know exactly when to buy, what to buy, and when to sell. So I'm going to show you multiple ways you can do that here, and we're going to begin by just right here in the backtester, we will hit the Convert button up at the top. It automatically gives this portfolio a name of Easy Money 2014 Conversion and starts with our default 100,000 and $9.95 per trade, not using margin. So this would be taking the same rules that we just had in the backtest and beginning from scratch with a new portfolio. Over here to the right, if you wanted to continue from the end of that backtest and go forward, you can do that as well. However, since those portfolios all are holding 5 stocks, you wouldn't see any new positions open there. You'd just be monitoring the previous backtest. So we'll begin here with an empty portfolio. And when you're in this conversion wizard here, the Genius settings at the bottom, you can either toggle this on or off with the check mark. And you can also check in your drop-down window whether you want the Genius to check your positions throughout the day or once per day after the market close. And we're going to stick with throughout the day for right now. So I'll click on OK. You can see that it saved the portfolio, and we can either go look at it now or look at it later. And as you can see, I'm getting alerts already down here at the bottom of the screen. When I clicked on OK, it took us to the Portfolios tab. Here's the name of our portfolio. We are filled with all 5 long positions as of today, because remember, this Easy Money strategy is using the green light buyer RT kicker signal, and we did receive one of those yesterday. So this automatically filled. You can see at the time indicated here at 2:44, and this portfolio will continue to trade according to the rules until you decide to make changes to it. And you can see we did identify that same stock LNR, MG, and ATD just as of today. And I've opened up a 1-year stock graph for each of those positions, and you can see the price of the stock is shown in green and red candlesticks, GIL moving up very nicely over the year. And on the subgraph, we have the earnings per share, which you can see is still continuing upward as well in a stair-step fashion, and that bodes well for the price of the stock. There's LNR, and you can see its overall price rise it's had even in the past year, and that one showed up in one of the other back tests. OTC has been on a very steep incline, although it appears the earnings per share has trended down, and I would be sure to check out some news before going into that stock. There's MG, again with a very steep incline. However, the earnings per share very strong, looking to go a little bit down, but just in the past couple of weeks. And there's ATD, which was identified multiple times over the years using the Easy Money strategy, again with a very good looking graph. So you can convert right from the backtester to use the Genius, and you can see that we have this right up here. For those of you that do not currently have access to the Genius, there's a link in tonight's views which will take you to the most recent download, and you can go ahead and get that activated for you. I want to let you know that we are using an add-on called the Auto Timer with the Genius. You can see that indicated right here. It's a plug-in. It's available. There's a link again in the views for that tonight. And the Auto Timer does come along with any real-time subscription. So if you don't convert from a backtest into the Portfolio Manager, you can also create a new test right here, which I will title Test. Same basic operating as $100,995, no margin, no interest. Once we have the test portfolio, you can choose to turn on the Genius or not turn on the Genius. So if I click on the Settings button, this wizard that opens here is what will take you through the steps very similar to what you see in the backtest wizard. So I'm going to begin by clicking on the green button to build my trading system. And if I wanted to build just what I showed you there from scratch with easy money, I would use the Greenlight Buyer RT Kicker. When that signal is triggered up, I would purchase stocks from high VST YSG. Our stop was a VST of less than 1. Again, we were using 5 positions, and you can view the rest of the settings again by clicking the link in the views. Under Automation Rules Down, we were going to take no action, and we would also take no action on a neutral situation. So when I click Finish, I just have to answer a few questions about what do I want the Genius to do when a position meets. And if I click on Close the Position, it will do just that, as well as send you an alert. Or I can choose to not have the position closed and just have the alert sent. And this is what you can transition to your real-world portfolio. As you're receiving these alerts, you'll know just what to do. The next question is, how often do you want the Genius to check your positions? And we'll have this set for now on throughout market hours. And of course, we want the Genius to be on. When I click on Save, this portfolio is built over to the left. And once again, you can see I'm receiving some alerts, and the portfolio has filled with those top 5 stocks from the high VST plus YSG search. Well, we're happy to have this automated portfolio manager working for you with the Genius. We look forward to hearing from you about using this new product. We will be having a live question and answer webcast on Monday the 20th at 11 a.m. That will be hosted by Stan Heller up in Canada. And we will also have a full presentation of how to use the new Genius at our 2-day investment seminar, which is going to be held in Vancouver. And you can find information out about that event by also clicking on the views. Thank you for joining us this week.